provide service to dozens of warm destinations.
We're 22 WSBT. Together making a difference. Live, this is News 22 at 5.
George W. Bush makes two important campaign stops in Michiana. We are live with the latest from South Bend and Benton Harbor.
It has a raw reputation, but not all sushi is made from uncooked sea critters. Tonight, why the bite-sized import is no longer for the faint of heart and stomach.
And in weather, nice, sunny, and warm today. A little cooler for the weekend, but still a forecast you're going to like coming up.
Good evening, I'm Deborah Daniel.
And I'm Cindy Ward. Michiana Republicans are enjoying their day in the spotlight today.
Presidential candidate George W. Bush made two stops in Michiana today. He started in the key battleground state of Michigan. In a speech at Lake Michigan College, he talked up his Social Security plan and accused Vice President Al Gore of trying to be all things to all people. After a short break, he moved on to South Bend Regional Airport. That's where News 22's Kirk Mason begins our team coverage. Kirk?
Deborah, George W. Bush just finished speaking a couple of minutes ago. In fact, if we peer off, there is his plane. About 2 minutes ago, Bush stepped into the plane. Then after shaking hands with his constituents for several minutes out here, a loud, large, and excited crowd greeted the Texas governor here at the South Bend Regional Airport. Bush's
I'm Mike Collins. We're going to take a brief break from our regular programming to give you some live coverage of Campaign 2000. Republican candidate for President George W. Bush is, at this moment, getting off of the campaign bus at South Bend Regional Airport, where he will greet and talk to a crowd of about 500 people. He spent the earlier part of this day in the rich voting area for Republicans of Southwest Michigan, Kalamazoo. Then he went on to Benton Harbor and Lake Michigan College. He'll do the handshaking here. This very much is an event to appease two different groups of people. The loyal Republicans of northern Indiana. This will probably be the only campaign stop by one of the presidential candidates this year, either Al Gore or George Bush in our area. But do remember that the coverage of a Bush campaign stop in South Bend reaches all of the people in southwest Michigan. And Michigan is very much in play in this presidential election year. The last poll that we looked at, the Electoral College vote was tied at about 205. That leaves 128 electoral votes in play, and that includes the state of Michigan. You can see Digger Phelps there, who was very close, by the way, to George W. Bush's father, the president, and he's just greeting him there. And the other Republicans, I think Governor Engler in the background by the door of the bus. Earlier, we heard from David McIntosh, the Republican candidate for governor. Chris Chicola, the candidate for Congress in the 3rd District, got the honors of introducing Governor Bush here. Dan Coates, the former senator, also spoke. And now let's hear from George W. Bush.
Hi, Casey. Good to see you all. Thanks for coming. Yeah, here we go. I appreciate the next congressman from this district standing by my side. We got to send this man up to Washington, D.C. I'm going to need some help. Great. Good. It's good to be with the next governor of the state of Indiana, David McIntosh. And the current governor of the great state of Michigan, John Engler. They've heard of you. I appreciate so much being here with the former United States Senator, a man who brought a lot of dignity to the office, Senator Dan Coates. And I want to thank you all for coming. Pretty soon, help is on the way.